kwarta kay mura og Domingo. Murag wa ka trabaho, ihatag na tanang pabor sa Ginoo. Bisan piso lang ang among dala, madaragay hapo kay naa sila naabot ti tanan. Tungod po nila, mao pasalamat mi sa tanang suporta na among nabati sa mga namati sa muang kata nagahasi mi sa mo nagkakasabot. Di mi ninyo kalimot, maong we love you na pinaduot tili ni jamming kay kanin sa muang mga kasing-kasing. Mapasalamaton lang dyan mi sa blessing, mawaman sa passing pero maintain lang gihapon.
Yo, what's up? AndzDave here, and I'm here today at Doña Vicenta Village for some different kind of food adventure. Yes, it's different. It's not your any typical fancy dining restaurant. It's a curbside dining experience where you just eat and run. No tables and chairs, just good food and awesome people. They offer a variety of food like wraps, tacos, burritos, Filipino favorite rice meals like beef, chicken, pork, salags, bulgogis, barbecues, coffee, and some fruit drinks as well. It's almost lunchtime and I'm already hungry, so let's go and check it out.
Shawarma, beef wrap, chicken shawarma wrap.
Pangising-isi lamang ko murag tuminsan. Ginadama akong tamadi-madi storbo. Ako ang blessings na nadawat, no need nag-abono. Kalmado ang tanan, sagdi lang siya na mutubo.
The food trip is a passion project by a group of friends who share the same love and passion for food. And what's awesome about it is that the food they serve is actually the food they make whenever they have a gathering and have a food trip. So you can definitely say that the food they make is cooked with love. So when the pandemic started, everyone was having a difficult time. I mean, we all are struggling because of the pandemic, so they decided to share their love and passion to people, and they did a tremendous job on this one. Alright, so our food is here and I ordered some of their crowd favorite. I mean it when I say crowd because they are heavily supported by lots of people for their food and extraordinary dining experience. Before I indulge myself to the food, I just want to give a huge shout out to my boys Vince, Jet, and Jero for reminding me to check out that awesome place, the food trip. Right, so the food that we are gonna try first, this one is the beef wrap. This one I can see some scallions, the beef, and their homemade sauce. I heard all of the food that they serve there is homemade. Let's try and have a bite on this one. The sauce is a mixture of sweet and sour, and the beefy flavor is so intense. And I like the fragrance of this beef wrap. It's a mixture of beef aroma and the scallions. This one's really flavorful. Alright, so the next food that we have here, this is the pork carnitas. I'm really excited about this one because I spoke to the owner and he said they slow cooked this pork meat and pan seared. Alright, so for this pork carnitas, I can see some scallions, onions, tomatoes, and again, their homemade sauce. So yeah, let's try and have a bite on this pork carnitas. Oh wow, the pork is kind of sweet and it is so tender. The pork didn't even melt in my tongue, it dissipates. And also I forgot to mention the texture of the tortilla wrap, absolutely perfect. It's not that chewy and it has its flavor. It's not flavorless tortilla wrap, so it really complements the entire taste of this pork carnitas. Let's try another one. As soon as the pork touches your tongue, it just immediately goes away. I guess that's what you call finger licking good. I might not be able to show you guys because it's afternoon, but when nighttime comes, that place, that street is packed with people eating from the food truck. They are actually awesome because most of them are from the underground, or let's say the local scene of Davao. Whether you are an artist, hip-hop, rapper, in a band, skateboarding, tattoo artist, designer, or whatever craft you do, I salute you guys. I adore you people, and I'm proud to be one. Especially bikers. I mean, that curbside pickup setup is absolutely perfect for those into cycling. Shout out to Davao Fixed Gear. Alright, so next wrap that we have here, this one is the chicken shawarma. Right, so for this chicken shawarma, I guess the composition is different now because this one's the shawarma. This one is the chicken, cucumber, onions, scallions, and some lettuce. And the sauce, this one is different. So now let's try this one. I like the sauce, this chicken shawarma. The sauce is kind of peppery, has the kick of spiciness. The chicken is not that tender, it gives you that amount of chew, but every time you chew, it renders a new chickeny flavor. You know, what's even more awesome about that place is that whenever you're tired or stressed or not having a good day and you decide to have your dinner there, you will definitely be refreshed as you will be surrounded by awesome people. You know that feeling of eating and talking, sharing some good food and laughs? That is just satisfying feeling to have. Alright, so the next food that we have here, this one is the Katsudon. Right, so let's have a bite of this Katsudon. The sauce is kind of sweet and it has that aroma of the sesame and the scallions. And this one, the pork meat is so tender. And it's so awesome because the pork fat soaks up the flavor of the sauce, and as you chew on it, the flavor of the sauce and the fat and the porky flavor just combines each other. This is absolutely amazing. Now let's try and have a bite with rice. Even the rice gets the flavor of the sweetie sauce. Alright, so if you have noticed, I'm wearing a polo right now to show my participation to their Polo Thursday. Actually, you can get 10% off of your total bill if you wear a polo on Thursdays, but that's only available during dinner service, so I'm just out there showing my support. For the last one, we have here the chicken handles. This is one of the famous and popular dishes that you can order there at food trips, so you don't want some food regret, we have to try this one, the chicken handle. Right, so this chicken actually comes with white sauce, this one. But first, let's try just the chicken itself. So we have here the drumstick. Let's try and have a bite on this one. This chicken is so juicy. This is actually awesome. You can definitely tell that this one's cooked very well. It's not dry, so it's not overcooked. And it's so juicy and full of flavor. Now let's try to dip this chicken into their sauce. Let's Let's have a bite. I was not expecting for that sauce to be that good. I mean, it's very different from the usual white sauce and fried chicken. The sauce is kind of citrusy. It amplifies the flavor of the fried chicken. And again, I need to mention how juicy the chicken is. I'm guessing the sauce is mustard and mayo. That's why it gives that sour flavor. And it's actually good. I mean, you don't usually have this kind of white sauce on a fried chicken. It is actually unique. Alright, so for our dessert, we went to JD's Bukohan because they are very famous with their buko juice and their buko halo-halos. For those of you guys know Bukohani boss JD, they relocated at Marfori because the previous location that they had, it was being renovated to a public park. They are now located at Marfori beside Lachis. Let's try this buko halo-halo. This is so refreshing after having that wraps and some chicken at Food Trip. And it's not that overly sweet. The coconut meat is not that old and not that young. Just perfect. Oh yeah, and by the way, we also have some coffee, the Food Trip. So yeah, I forgot to include this one earlier. But yeah, we still have it. So let's try this one. You can definitely taste the espresso and caramel on this one. Yeah. Right, so my experience at Food Trip, it was amazing. You can definitely tell that all the food that they serve is cooked with love. All the food that I had from the Food Trip, it was flavorful. Again, those wraps, the tortilla wraps that they had, like I said, I really like tortilla wraps that has its flavor, not bland, and that's what they have there at Food Trip. The pork katsudon, the chicken handles, it was absolutely good. Definitely very flavorful. The pork katsudon is so juicy and tender. The chicken handle is very juicy, a lot of flavor. I would recommend you guys going to that place, especially if you're into cycling or biking and you happen to pass by at Doña Vicenta Village. Drop by there and order some of their awesome food. The service is great and they are very accommodating, and also the price, oh my god, is so much affordable. Definitely budget friendly for everyone. I would really recommend you guys to visit their place. They are located at Doña Vicenta Village. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, this is me, AndzDave, and I'll see you on the next one.
Mayong adlaw Davao, kami day ang Food Trip Davao na awag tamo, ginaimbita tamong tanan nga bisitahon mi diri sa amo ang payag para matilawan ang amo ang lamian nga pagkaon. We will be serving the food we love with a smile. Come and join us for a trip. Try and experience our curbside dining experience. Salamat.
This one's pretty flavorful. This one's pretty
What's wrong?
Masabi sa ano ko. This one's pretty. This one's really flavorful.